My starter party barely qualified, which I took personally, and I'm sure you guys can all relate. I struggled to share my business with others. I'm not sure when I would have had my first party, but one day my leader, Cheryl, called me. She asked if I would meet her at her party she was having that evening. Her youngest daughter had headbutted her, gave her a concussion, and still wasn't feeling well. On her way to the party, she realized she was in worse shape than she realized. She called me back and asked me to take over for her. Sure, Cheryl. With less than 2 hours' notice, I threw my Lea Sophia bling together along with my supplies and headed to the party. I was a complete wreck. Although I felt unprepared and unrehearsed, I managed an $800 show. Following that show, I continued to stay active for 2 years with blingos, some home parties, and catalog orders. My calendar was filled with rallies, Lea Sophia monthly team meetings, conference, and team events, and I was loving Lea Sophia. However, I was still caught up on hearing no's and thinking I would sound like a pushy salesperson. Booking blitzes scared the out of me. I worried what people would think about me having a direct sales business. I had worked hard to leave behind the quiet, insecure, and shy girl, yes, I had been growing up to become a confident, independent woman who enjoyed making others laugh at my silliness. You got a little taste of that today. Yet, I couldn't find the confidence to promote my business. It was almost ridiculous to me that I could easily talk to complete strangers and tell silly stories about my life, yet it was hard for me to share my love of Lea Sophia. So what changed? Me. I changed. I knew I had to change my way of thinking and stop being afraid of who I wanted to be. I was getting ready to take that leap of faith. Last summer was the pivotal moment of my Lea Sophia journey. I had returned from conference and, quite honestly, I felt overwhelmed with information. I had brought back so many great ideas from conference, but as I experienced in the past, I was overwhelmed with anxiety. I had many conversations with Cheryl during those difficult moments. Just before conference, Cheryl put out a challenge to the team to listen to Steve Wiltshire's 10 bookings in 10 days. I decided to go back to listen to his recordings. I saved his recordings to my iTunes, setting up a playlist of just Steve. I knew if I had listened to his recordings repeatedly, it would eventually sink in. It gets better, Steve. It does. Sorry, my thing went cuckoo. I made a conscious decision to start my day with positive energy, and who better to start my day with positive energy than Steve?
The Steve commercial, I love it.
So now I'm showering with Steve.
Don't tell Lynn.
You're welcome for that visual. He's with me while I'm getting ready for work, and he's with me in the car on the way to work. I was starting to gain confidence with how and what to say about Lea Sophia. It was just a matter of time before I began to implement his message into my business, and my business. Oh, and I still shower with Steve on a daily basis, in case you were wondering. And no, he didn't pay me to endorse him. But you can. I'm not shy anymore. And thanks to those many showers with Steve, it finally started to sink in. see how important it was for Steve to be in the room?
I know.
I kept saying, where's Steve? Where's Steve? My next step was clear. I needed to have my own celebration party and reignite my business. I wanted to have the start I felt I had missed out on. I called Cheryl to brainstorm and get my game plan together. I invited friends from all walks of my life. I mailed out invitations, sent out emails, Facebook messages, and followed up with everyone. I was finally talking about my business. I was no longer playing it safe, and I was on fire. This is the sad part, Steve. One morning, I cheated on Steve. Sorry. I was now listening to Jordin Sparks' This Is My Now. And those who know me well will tell you, I am the silliest chick out there, but I can't sing to save my life. But that particular morning, Jordin and I bonded as the chorus came on. I pushed the shower curtain back. You're welcome. Threw my hands in the air and sang, "This is my now," at the top of my lungs. It was the most amazing moment ever. My fur kids came running into the bathroom to see what was wrong. Was Mommy dying? No. What was that noise? I was overwhelmed with excitement, knowing my party was going to be something big. I knew I had come into my moment. My party was completely amazing. I had 10 women at my party. The women had fun. I was silly, shocker.
Yeah.
And it was my now. I closed the show with over $1,100 in sales and 6 bookings. What's so crazy about the timing of my celebration party, just weeks prior, I guess it was days, I thought it was weeks, but I had become inactive. And guess what girl earned the $250 jewelry premium for reactivating her business?
Right.
This girl.
Yeah.
The energy I felt after my party was unstoppable. I was glowing. I had jumped over the pesky hurdle, climbed up over the steep hill, and stepped into the confident person I knew I was, but had been unable to find. I no longer doubted my capabilities. I credit my success to not just one, but many factors. I do know I would not be here today if my friend Cheryl had stopped believing in me. From day one, she saw something in me that I couldn't see in myself, which I am eternally grateful for. As I continue my Lea Sophia journey, I now have a spark in me, an amber that has wanted to ignite for so long. I am confident my spark will continue to grow inside of me as I share my love of Lea Sophia with others along the way. I wanted to end with some of the lyrics from Jordin Sparks' This Is My Now, but I need your help. I can't sing, so. And I'll give you 2 cards for participation. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to read some lyrics. I'll save you from my singing. So when I say why, I want everyone to stand up, put your hands in the air, and say, "This is my now."
All right.
Okay, you ready? No, I'm serious. Are you ready?
We got it, girl.
You got my back?
Right. Tennessee represent.
And I have the courage like never before. I've settled for less, but ready for more. Why?
This is my now.
I love you guys. Thank you.